Good evening once again. Welcome to the Sharjah Cricket Stadium for the SkyExchange.net's CBFS S10 League 2022, brought to you by Fancode. And this is a thrilling Sunday out here. We have 3 matches, out of which this is the second game of the day. 7 districts taking on Sri Lions. And we'll quickly head down for the toss, where Nishant is out there with the 2 captains.
First match is headed towards a very interesting finish, and we are all set for the toss for the second match of the evening. It's 7 districts taking on Sri Lions. Of course, we have Mr. Iftikhar Ali, the match referee, captain of 7 districts, Heather, and Vikum, the captain of Sri Lions. Heather to spin, Vikum to call.
Heads. Is the call? Heads.
Heads is the call.
Head it is.
It's a head. Vikum, please step forward. What would you like to do?
Batting first.
Any reason behind that?
Yeah, just do the good total in the board and good scoreboard pressure for the team. That to target for the 125, 130.
125, 130 is a good score, but it's difficult to score runs on this wicket. Yesterday also teams couldn't get too many runs. You think you will be able to get there?
Yeah, I think for that wicket is very slow, but I can good for the spinners that wicket for the 1 second.
And any changes in your side?
Yeah, 2 changes coming up for the Callum and other guys. I don't know the name. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. Good luck for the game.
Cheers.
बॉलिंग करनी पड़ेगी. खुश है?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. ये टॉस मेरे हाथ में नहीं है, तो इंशाल्लाह अगर बॉलिंग भी आई है तो हम अपना 110% देंगे, बिकॉज दिस गेम इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस प्ले ऑफ खेलने के लिए. तो इंशाल्लाह हमारा जो भी बेस्ट होगा वो हम करने की कोशिश करेंगे.
तो मतलब आप बैटिंग करना चाहते थे पहले. क्या टोटल आपको लग रहा है कि अच्छा रहेगा इस पिच पर?
अभी तो हम बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, तो हमारा सारा फोकस जो है अपनी बॉलिंग पे, और कोशिश करेंगे क्योंकि हिस्ट्री है शारजा की कि इधर चेज़ होता है, तो इंशाल्लाह हम कोशिश करेंगे कि 100 तक जो है इनको पकड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारा जो बॉलिंग अटैक वो बहुत अच्छा है. तो इंशाल्लाह फॉर द बेस्ट.
कोई चेंजेस हैं टीम में?
नहीं, हमारी सेम साइड है और हम सेम स्क्वाड के साथ जा रहे हैं.
Chali, all the best for the game. So that's the news from the middle here. It's the Sri Lions who have won the toss, and they will be batting first.
All right, so winning the toss, electing to bat first. Pretty interesting move out there from the Sri Lions captain, Vikum, who's a stand-in today. Let's quickly look at the teams here. 7 districts: Shahzad Ali, Mohammad Zamir, Farman, Rais, Lahiru, Abdul Ghaffar, Hafiz, Almas, Shahid Nawaz, Haider Ali, Mohammad Mohsin, and the wicket-keeper, Abdul Shakur. That's an interesting addition to the side there. And talking about Sri Lions, Prashant Dinuka, Mohammad Ubaidullah, Sasika Samarajivan, Suranga, Taraka Dhananjaya, Ushan, Vikum Bandara, Vimukti, Charuka, and Harsha. A pretty balanced side there between the two, and talking more, in order to talk more about that, joining me in the comm box is Vivek. Welcome, Vivek.
Thank you, Asim, and warm welcome to you as well. A brilliant evening, Sunday evening at Sharjah. Beautiful weather, ideal weather for a good game of cricket. Sri Lions won the toss, decided to bat. 7 districts is already in the field as the batsmen start walking in. Sharjah CBFS S10 League at the Sharjah International Cricket Stadium. Brought to you by Fancode and Sky Exchange. The usual Sharjah wicket, a dark texture, and has something in it for both the batsmen as well as the bowlers. We already saw one game on this track today where 102 runs were chased, and comfortably so, by Sona Golden Diamonds against DCC Starlets. Looks like Haider will start proceedings. Left arm spin, very first over. Asim here with me in the comm box is well versed with the players in the Bukhatir League, has himself played in the league for a number of years, as I understand. and is well versed with all this young, exciting talent at display here.
Well, absolutely. Things have evolved over the years here in the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, especially talking about the wicket. It hasn't played the same way. I mean, if you talk about any player who played 2 years back and is playing now, he will see a different way, the way Sharjah wicket is behaving these days. Here comes Haider. Starts off with a very tight line and well defended there by Tharaka. So, very interesting change here in the top order. No Varuna Pereira. So giving him company, replacing him and giving Suranga the company is the wicket-keeper batter, Tharaka Dhananjaya.
The tight line continues, but this time slightly outside the off stump. A packed offside field. 5 fielders in the circle on the offside. And the only 2 fielders outside the circle are both on the onside. A long on and a deep mid-wicket.
Well, a pretty interesting field setup and a pretty interesting start here by Haider Ali. He is a very, very economical bowler. Keeps believing in his tight length, as well as doesn't spin the ball much. Like, he doesn't spin at all. He drifts the ball in the air, quick through the air, and more of an Imad Wasim sort of a bowler. Doesn't get that sort of a swing in the air, but yes, pretty much flatter in his trajectory.
And very good 4 balls so far. Not even a single run has been given. We already saw a maiden over in the last game. The first over of the previous game was a maiden as well. Will that repeat?
Played it Upish in the gap, and he'll find a boundary there. He had to improvise because no runs were scored on the first 4 balls. And the way he made room for himself, not a convincing looking shot there by Dhananjaya, but all what matters is 4 runs. Almost plucked it through the thin air. Hafiz Almas. Abdul Shakur not featuring in the Abu Dhabi T10 this year. So providing his services in S10.
Cross-batted shot onto the onside will get a single. To end the over, 5 runs coming off the first over. A good over from the 7 Disticts point of view.
Here comes Abdul Ghaffar. What a delivery to start. He is a tall fast bowler. And to add to that, he's a left-handed fast bowler. And he's very, very accurate in terms of his line and length. A very promising fast bowler there, Abdul Ghaffar. And pretty handy in this format of the game as far as batting is concerned as well. Hits those shots with the long handle. And that's what is the requirement of this format.
Yes, coming into ball, the second ball now. Hint of movement, the ball swinging into the right-hander, ending up at his pads. He's bowling at good pace here, Asim. Doesn't give much of a chance for the batsman to free his arms. The ball hurrying on to the batter, and Dhananjaya not able to connect.
Pretty clueless out there, Dhananjaya, in terms of the swing. usually bats at the fag end of the innings. He comes out to bat at the final court in the T20 format. But here he has been promoted up, and playing swing is not everyone's cup of tea.
Especially when it comes at a fast pace.
Definitely goes through the gate. That's what we are talking about. Just not able to play the swing there. And Abdul Ghaffar says, you miss and I hit. And that's the first casualty here for Sri Lions. They lose their wicketkeeper. He's walking back to the pavilion after scoring 5 of 9. A struggling knock comes to an end. New man in is Sasika, and the story continues. Abdul Ghaffar is spot on with his line, length and pace as well. He's very quick, just not giving them that free hand to score runs at will. And for the first time after 10 deliveries, it's going to be the opening partner of Dhananjaya to take strike, Suranga. And he has been a consistent opener for Sri Lions alongside Varuna Pereira. Unfortunately, he's not a part of the side. Here comes Abdul Ghaffar. Short delivery once again. So he's trying to hit that box.
Yes, he's bowling fast and he's asking a lot of questions to the Sri Lankan batters.
Well, Vivek, it seems that they are just reacting a bit too late. They're just not proactive in terms of their, shot selection on the release point of the bowler. You come in, check the length of the ball as per the release, and then go after your shot. You make your position pretty early, and apparently that's just not happening here with the Sri Lankan batters. Exactly the same story continues here. He is unplayable here. Abdul Ghaffar. Nowhere close to the bat. That's the end of the second over. Sri Lanka 6 for 1. Ah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Seems like it was an inside edge there, Vivek.
Yeah, also I think missing the leg stump maybe. Oh, this must have been close.
Well, would definitely want to have a look. Why was that not out? Maybe an inside edge. Wow, when he swings the ball, just don't bother. What a hit. It's on the road of Sharjah Cricket, after the, outside the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Look at that. Big heave from Sasika, and even the cameraman lost the ball for a second.
A massive 6 there. This ball is not coming back. They will need a replacement ball now to continue the game. Coming in from the middle of the bat. The ball went onto the road and then maybe went for a long drive from Sharjah to Dubai.
Well, I just hope that in the course of that action, they haven't damaged a car.
Car or a pedestrian. Well, the replacement ball is in. Change of bat for Suranga. Maybe this will change his fortunes, especially when he's facing Ghaffur, because he wasn't able to connect anything in the last over.
Well, Ghaffar was absolutely spot on with his line. He was just trying to go body line. And here is Sasika taking a single, bringing Suranga back on strike. (13 for 1). Sri Lions. They have to make a comeback here. Power play did not go in their favor. Not at all. A very, very unlikely T10 format power play there coming through. A big heave, fielder underneath it, and Lahiru drops it. Oh my goodness. And to add to that, it has gone all the way for a boundary. Should have been an easy catch, not to be so. Just look at that, a mistime shot. Should have been an easy collect. And 4 runs here coming through for Suranga.
Yeah, regulation catch. Adding insult to injury, the ball trickles down the boundary for 4. Another one. This time he will clear the boundary, and this will go all the way for 6 runs.
Well, you give chance to a batter, and then when he hits you 6 of the very next ball, well, the reaction is purely justified there of the bowler.
Yes, he is adding further insult to the injury by going all the way, going the distance in the very next ball. Haider has given away 22 runs now in his 11 deliveries that he has bowled. Most of these runs came in this over. This time inside out, the ball is in the air. It will fall short off the fielder. They will come back for 2 runs nevertheless. So Haider finishes his quota of 2 overs, gives away 24 runs. Sri Lions has moved on to 25 for 1 in the 3 overs. The power play, which looked to go in favor of the 7 districts, things have started to turn sides a little bit.
Shahid Nawaz, 3 overs, 25 for 1. And he will add some value here. Yes, not to be so. Picked up on the very first ball for a boundary. So fielder inside the circle. And immediately pouncing onto that opportunity. Brilliant presence of mind there from Sasika. All he had to do was just time the ball to perfection.
They are turning the heat on, both the Sri Lankan batters, Suranga and Sasika. Both of them have played 5 deliveries each and have scored 12 and 11 runs respectively. First 2 overs were definitely in the favor of 7 districts, but the 3rd over has changed things a little bit. Let's see what happens in the 4th.
Again, playing at a lot of power there. Sasika will just get a single. So they've pulled things back pretty nicely, especially in that last over of Heather, where he was taken for runs. And he actually lost his entire rhythm when that catch was dropped, which led to a boundary and then followed by a six. It just loses, I mean, you just lose your morale as a bowler when you bring in opportunities and those are not taken. That should be called as a wide. And for a change, Shahid Nawaz swings the ball away from the right-hander. Usually he gets the ball into the right-hander. And will get, Sri Lions will get an extra run there. 31 for 1 after 3.2. Excellent recovery coming in after the power play phase. They are just trying to add as many runs as possible in order for their bowlers to have some breathing space.
Oh, they crammed him for room this time, wanting to make room, and he left the stumps, but the bowler followed him.
Well, Vivek, if you closely observe, Sri Lions are struggling when the ball is pitched up on their body, and when it's on the line of the stumps, it's only Sasika Samarajivan who has actually played out with a lot of confidence. Apart from that, I haven't seen a batter of Sri Lions who is pretty confident playing the ball which is pitched up on the body line.
Lets it go. It was too far from him maybe to reach out and play because he was committed on the leg stump itself.
Well, I think if he would have actually slashed the ball over the point region, he would have got paid dividend, because he was pretty much committed early onto that shot. All he had to do was just slash, put some bat, and it could have got him 4 runs. Nonetheless, 32 for 1. A pretty good comeback here from Shahid. Oh, unlucky. Very good delivery. But I'd say unlucky there, Shahid Nawaz. But we'll just get a single on that ball. But after getting hit for a boundary in the very first ball, he has just conceded 3 runs of the next 4, which is a pretty good comeback after being pushed onto the back foot on the very first delivery. A ball to go here. 7 runs conceded by Shahid. 33 for 1, Sri Lions. What would be a good total here, Vivek? It's not just the regular Sharjah track that we are witnessing here. Ball is sticking onto the surface a bit. And that has been played straight, uppishly, but there is Heather who will cover it up. And that'll bring an over to the end, foregone, 34 for 1. Hafiz Almaz with his stock delivery starts off with a bumper. He loves bowling short. He loves digging it short into the batters, testing them. And when you're bowling at a longer boundary, and if you're varying your pace pretty nicely, that's going to be effective.
Yes, and to answer your question on what could be a good total, I think around 120 runs is what they can aim for. We saw even in the previous game, the ball wasn't coming onto the bat that easily. It's not easy to hit through the line. if they can manage 120, it will be a good score on this surface, I believe.
That has been played straight and shy at the stumps, but Sasika will make it comfortably. Now, I like this promotion for Sasika. It's a shorter format game. Talking about if given an opportunity in a 2020 format, he's coming after the 11 overs and then trying to play his game. And the way he hits the ball, well, the more you give such batters a time, the more effective they are going to be as a team, more effective you're going to be as a team in this shorter format of game. And Sri Lions, we've known that they do not have much of power hitters in their side. It's either Sasika who comes, dispatches, hits the ball with a long handle, or it's Vikum Bandara, or a man who's not a part of the S10 side, Varuna Pareda.
Comes down the track. He saw it early and again dishes out a shorter delivery. Good thinking and good quick response by Almas. Not allowing the batsman to come down the track and play it on the rise. This is turning out to be a good over once again for the 7 districts.
Hafiz Almas, pretty promising there. Beautifully played, upish, and goes over the mid-off fielder for a boundary. What a shot. You pitch it up to this man. He is a powerhouse. Just falling a couple of feet inside. And will get a boundary. I think he has just changed the entire... He has shifted the momentum here pretty nicely. These two batters, Suranga and Sasika, the double S for Sri Lions.
Yes, trying to accelerate. Second last ball of the over. Slower one this time, fumbled by the wicketkeeper. Fortunately, there will not be any runs. So we've seen 3 variations in the last 3 deliveries. There was a short ball which was bowled because the batsman was dancing down the track. The next ball he tried to york him, but gave a juicy half volley, went for 4 runs. So there was a short ball, there was an attempted yorker, and then followed up with a slower ball. Good variations from Almas. He's bringing in all that he has into this over. Last ball of the over coming in. The fine leg has been sent back to the fence. Will it be a bouncer?
It was a short delivery, but they will manage to come for a single. A pretty obvious field setting here and a pretty obvious length that Hafiz Almas was bowling. Mid-off, mid-on, inside. And he's digging it in short to the batters. 5 gone, 40 for 1. Here comes Abdul Ghaffar. Trying to go hard at it, and it's a no ball. Starts off with a no here, and that will be a free gift and offer for Sri Lions. And good part about that is that Sasika is on strike. If anyone can hit the ball hard, I think it has to be Sasika in the entire Sri Lions squad.
Yeah, but he has not been very effective against Ghaffar so far.
Beautifully bowled. Just taking the pace off pretty nicely.
So this is the power play, the floating power play over that has been taken, and that's why we are seeing Abdul Ghaffar bowling this one. He was very effective in the first over that he had bowled. He just had given away 1 run in that over. Comes in.
Well, he is just toying around here with the Sri Lanka batters. Abdul Ghaffar, he has been very, very effective against these two. I mean, in fact, they are just not able to pick him up. Either he bowls too full and too fast outside the off stump, or he is pretty nippy into that box.
Yes, he seems to be way too quick for both these batters.
And that has been pulled straight to the fielder, and he makes no mistake. So Abdul Ghaffar strikes after putting Sri Lions in all sorts of bother with his variations, with his pace, and the fielder making no mistake in the deep. So that's the end of the big man. Sasika Samarajivan out, 41 for 2 Sri Lions. New man in is Vikum Bandara. And takes an outside edge immediately off the mark. Gets a boundary there. Not the ideal way, but the way he showed intent right from ball 1. And slicing it to over the short third fielder for a boundary. Now you would definitely want Vikum to bat through if you want to score that triple figure mark, else it's going to get tough.
He's trying to make the maximum of the power play over. He knows 3 more deliveries were there, and he wants to make the maximum of those 3 deliveries. That this one has been hit high in the air. The fielder is running, and he reaches the ball and drops it. Was not an easy catch. He had to cover a lot of distance to reach.
Well, he wanted to have a direct hit, but that direct hit was straight onto the back of Vikum Bandara. Look at that. Catch dropped, but look at the throw. Hitting straight at Vikum, but looks he is fine.
Yes, luck favors the brave. He was is looking, his intent is clear. He wants to make maximum use of this over. Riding his luck. 1 more delivery to go. Can Vikum get a boundary in this last delivery and make at least reach 50 in the 6th over for his team?
Gets a top edge, and the ball is racing all the way for a boundary. Very interesting shot out there, but showing intent. That is important in a shorter format game.
Yes, intentions were clear. End of the over, 51 for 2 after 6. Change in bowling. Royce Ahmed, the right arm leg break, coming into ball from the Bukhatir end. Adjusting his field a little bit. Two fielders patrolling the boundary. Three fielders patrolling the boundary on the onside. And the two are on the off.
Good looking shot there, making room for himself, Suranga. The good part is that Vikum Bandara is back on strike.
10 runs in 3 deliveries is what Vikum has scored. He's been looking very, very aggressive right from the first ball that he faced. Huge shot. This one has come from the middle of the bat, and he has soared past the dressing rooms into the stands. A maximum coming in from the bat of Vikum. He is turning it on here.
Well, if there is one man who can help them reach that 100-run mark, it has to be Vikum Bandara. Oh, lucky to survive. The ball did not crash onto the stumps. And they'll manage to come back for 2.
Fortune favoring the brave here. Vikum has been living dangerously. He's riding his luck. Has hit good shots as well. Just 5 deliveries faced, and he's already on 18. Way outside the off stump, definitely will be a wide. This is what pressure does to you. Big shots early in the over will induce some mistakes. Going down the leg side for sure. Will get a leg by. 62 for 2.
Rice. That's a big hit, and it's going all the way for a 6. What a shot here from Suranga. And they have cut loose at the right time. 68 for 2 right now with a ball to go in the 7th over. But look at how controlled that shot was. He knew where he wanted to hit that. Did not go across towards the mid-wicket. Went straight and paid dividend. Well, just trying to be a bit more ambitious there. Taking a step forward. And that's the end of the 7th over, 68 for 2.
Change of ends for Almas, coming into ball from the Sharjah Cricket Academy end. And coming into the com box to replace me is Nishant. Welcome, Nishant.
Well, as Nishant comes in, here comes Hafiz Almas from the SCA end. Short delivery, pulled nicely, and it's gone all the way. Or has it? We'll have to double check. The fielder wants to recheck that. Has that gone all the way? Well, he's unsure. Not sure what has happened. Well, pretty safe. What a catch. Excellent presence of mind, and Vikum Bandara departs.
Yes, he'll be disappointed. He'll be mighty disappointed. 18 of 7 is what he gets. 2 fours and a 6. And just as I step into the box, a wicket is lost. Let's see where do Sri Lions head from here on.
New man in is the captain. Now, the options of the hard-hitting batters have saturated here, it seems. They had 2 of them, and both have departed. Beautiful delivery outside the off-stump by Hafiz Almas. He loves bowling it short.
Yes, might just be a good idea to keep doing that. We've got 16 deliveries remaining in this innings. We want to get to 100. That'll be the target. Shot again. Prashad goes for the pull, doesn't time it. Will amble across for a single.
They'll be feeling gutted of losing Vikum Bandara, and that he's not able to play the entire 20 overs out here for the team. In fact, the entire 10 overs for the team here. Should have carried his bat through if they wanted to get to a respectable total, but here they've been pushed back. We'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire. That's 1 of the over. Oh. Close call there coming through. And what a brilliant spell this has been from Hafiz Almas. 10 balls, just 7 runs, and picked up the dangerous wicket of Vikum Bandara.
Yes, and the fact that Vikum couldn't clear the comparatively shorter boundary just shows how much difference can moving from one pitch to other make.
Again, keeps it short. Just not able to play them. And being an opening batter, you got to be ready for these sort of deliveries coming through. And it's not just one direction that you're going to be hitting the ball at. If he's bowling outside the off stump and bowling it short, play it over the point.
Or even over short third. Look at there. Huge gap between third man and deep backward point.
Yeah, exactly. Play it over the head of the backward point, and you know that area is wide open. And when you hit the ball, it goes at a faster pace. This is poor batting here coming in from Sri Lions. That's excellently hit. Picked up pretty nicely. Very good shot. Top shot there from Suranga. Finishes the over on a high.
Yes, he didn't go behind square. He went in front of it. But he got what he wanted, and that's a boundary. Good finish to the over. It's 73 for 3 after 8.
And Zamir has been introduced here, penultimate over. Trying to play it unorthodox way. It was a ball that could have been played over the extra cover probably.
Was always on the mind to use the shorter boundary. And Prashad likes that shot a lot. This time he goes through the offside, but straight to the fielder in the deep. Just a single.
Well, what that means is the man who caught the ball in the deep will be bowling the final over, and he has been impressive. Now, they would need to at least target another 25-26 runs from here on and get to that total where they could give some breathing space to their bowlers. He steps down. It is gone in the air and will be taken in the deep. For 1 second, it felt like it's going to clear the ropes. Not to be so. Shehzad is the fielder. He takes the catch pretty comfortably.
Yes, he didn't time it all that well. It came off the inner half of the bat. And it was comfortably taken. That is the end of Suranga. Then he departs for 25 of 16. 74 for 4.
Down the leg side, and they want to run through. Good running. This is good alertness there. And Ushan is the new batter. Now he'll try to be as effective as possible here, Prashad Kumara, by playing those unorthodox shots here. I won't be surprised if he goes and plays another reverse.
It's down the ground with a lot of power, but Almas runs around very quickly. So that is just... Oh, they come back for 2.
Well, this is excellent running. They ran after the ball pitched on the wicket and went above the head of Abdul Shakur. And they managed to come back for a couple there. 2 more balls to go in this over.
Trying for the switch hit. Gets it on the body. And they will pick up a single.
Well, not sure. If you're not comfortable playing that shot, you know, I've seen Prashad Kumara trying that shot multiple times, and the number of times he's been successful is pretty low. Deciding not to go for that single. 79 for 4, just 6 runs coming of that. This is just mediocre stuff coming in from Prashad. Being the captain, look, nothing short. This is so unexpected from Prashad Kumara. With a man having that amount of experience, he's just not able to play.
Yes, forget about 100. The question now is, can they get to 90? Slower delivery squeezed out. Nicely done. Hafiz Almas doing the fielding there. They'll come back for 2. Moves on to 81 now.
They need a big hit here. Nishant, they definitely need a big hit. A beautiful camera work there from our crew. $81 for 4. 2 big hits. Can he get them? Ah, full toss. Missed opportunity. You're not going to get these gifts again. A free gift in the final over in the form of a full toss.
Just missed the trick. They were going on brilliantly. Looked like comfortably getting to 110. They will fall short of 90 here. And bowled him. Brilliant delivery from Shahid Nawaz.
Through the gates. And it's a wicket here coming in for Sri Lions. Once again, 82 for 5. And the issues with their batting continues.
Ushan Madhushankar departs for not of 2.
Played it nicely, played it in the gap, and will get a boundary. That will help. That will definitely help. It was a slower delivery, but nicely checked there by the batter. And went through on to completing the shot with a follow-through, which resulted in the ball going in the right direction. Harsha gets a boundary and is off the mark.
Yes, off the mark right away with a boundary. Well, this has been a terrible end. To what was turning out to be a good innings. And he goes for it again. No timing on that one. Single taken. And that will be it. So they finish the innings with a score of 87 for 5 in 10 overs. Brilliant stuff from 7 districts. They've pulled things back very well here. Well, Sri Lions will be disappointed with that effort. Suranga 25, Sasika 18, Vikum 18. And that's about it. Nobody really getting going to get a big score there. As far as the bowlers were concerned, Haider the most expensive, surprisingly. Rais also conceding quite a few runs, but the others did well. Abdul 2 for 11, Zamir 1 for 6, Almas 1 for 11, Shahid 1 for 16. Fantastic bowling that.
Well, they were spot on, especially after the expensive over from Rais. It felt that they are going to up the scoring from there on, but not to be so. That over from Almas, over from Zamir, and that one final over from Shahid Nawaz, well, made sure that they did not cross that 90-run mark. 87 is what they have managed to get here in the allotted 10 overs. And once we are back, 7 districts will be in pursuit. Meanwhile, let's look at how things progressed here. Sasika and Suranga went for runs after the departure of the opener Dhananjaya. And they gave those moments to us, especially when Vikum started to unleash alongside Suranga. If you're going to get that to that 100-run mark. But that was nicely held there by Rice. Get rid of Sasita, and that was the difference which was made. The wicket of Suranga was looking dangerous, was looking to unleash and cut loose, but was held in the lead by Shahzad. And that was the final wicket coming through, the last ball. In fact, of the penultimate ball, the boundary to finish the proceedings here in the first inning. So a difficult target to defend, in my opinion, against a mighty 7 Disticts. 88 once they are in for this run chase. 88 is what they have to get in the allotted 8.8 in the allotted 10 overs with a required run rate of 8.8. We'll dive into a quick short break, and once we're back, we'll take you through the live action of the run chase.
Welcome back after the break. It's time for the run chase to begin. 88 runs needed of 60 balls for 7 districts here. And they will want to get going right from the word go. But do not allow Sri Lions to come into the game at all. That's the idea that they should be working on. Well, let's see who are the people coming out to bat. You see a different opening pair here. We have been seeing Rais Ahmed opening in the last couple of games. Not today. And Ubaidullah to start proceedings for Sri Lions. That's interesting that Vikum is not starting off. Mohammad Mohsin will take first strike. Ubaidullah bowling from the Bukhatir end. Oh, in fact, it's Vikum, beg your pardon. Ubaidullah was marking his run-up at the other end, was it? Does it look like as if it's going to be Ubaidullah to start? But Vikum, Sanjay Bandara it is. Alongside me is Asim. Of course, still pretty much in the comfortable zone for 7 districts this game.
Pretty much they've done a fantastic job. And here says the umpire play. Starts off with a wide and 2 runs here added.
Yes, that is something that we see a lot from Vikum. Has the tendency to give away extras at times. Beautiful delivery
to a fellow countryman, Lahiru. And starts off brilliantly here. And if they want to make a match out of this, Vikum needs to strike in the first over. Two for no loss after the first legitimate delivery. So they have taken a flying 4th slip.
Goes for the big shot, plain a miss, dot ball. Excellent stuff.
Brilliant stuff coming through here from Vikum Bandara.
He's keeping it very tidy at the moment. First ball wide, and the next couple of deliveries bang on target.
Well, they need to bowl pretty much with discipline in order to make this target of 87 runs look like 88 runs look like 118. That has been played straight. And in the gap, will get a boundary. Good looking shot there from Lahiru. Played it to the flat bat. Getting the toe end of the bat, but that was enough to race all the way for a boundary.
Yes, that was very nicely struck indeed. No two ways about it. Just getting it over the infield and away for 4. Looks to go for it again and completely misses it. It's a dot ball.
Well, a pretty Good delivery there from Vikum. And Vikum, the moment he starts to pitch it up closer to the bat, that's where he finds success. We've seen that a lot in the past. And that has been the main reason behind his success. His swing.
Ducks underneath that one. The umpire thinks it's all right. It's the one for the over. Excellent delivery there. Last ball of the over coming up. And shuffling across and looking to play the scoop. Misses it, gets it on the body. It's a dot ball to finish the over. Very well done. Excellent over. Couple of wides and a boundary, and still only 6 of it. It's 6 without loss. Ubaidullah will now come on to bowl the second over here. Second over of the power play.
Mohsin will be on strike for the first time. Here comes Ubaidullah. Swing and a miss. Very good start.
Well, the number of times the Sri Lions batters have swung and missed.
Well, these were the two fast bowlers that they were banging on their entire hopes on in the previous tournaments. And they just haven't managed to click pretty nicely. Today has been a different day. And this has been pulled nicely. And it has gone all the way into the stands for a 6. What a way to get off the mark. Mohsin is off to his journey of S10 with a 6.
Yes, that was a very good strike there. Finally, not a swing and a miss. Swing and a hit, and a successful one at that.
Well, it's important here that Kumara thinks 2 overs ahead of things as to how he wants to manage this if they want to make a match out of this. 76 required of 52, pretty much gettable. Slashing it over the backward point, and will just manage to come back for 2.
Ubaidullah conceding 8 runs of the first 3 balls. That's the kind of start to the over that they would want.
Well, they need wickets. If they want to make a match out of this, they need to pick wickets here. And when you pick wickets, you are putting the opposition under pressure. The probability of getting dot balls is relatively higher. Wow, glorious. Beautifully picked there from Mohsin. Well, from outside the off stump, he has managed to squeeze in the gap between square leg and fine leg. Gets a boundary. Top shot from Mohsin.
All the good work done by Vikum. goes in vain in this over.
Well, he just looks like a different Ubaidullah. The Ubaidullah that we saw against IGM in the opening game of the Bukhatir League versus what we're seeing him, it's a complete different version. Played straight to the fielder, he misfields and they'll come back for two. Nothing's going right in favor of Sri Lions. They need a miraculous comeback here. They've managed to pull things back after that good first over, 6 runs of that one. And then they managed to get 14 of the next 5 balls. This is the beauty of the shorter format cricket. This is the reason why they call this the most entertaining format of the game.
That's nicely put away. Lovely shot. That will run away to the fence for 4. 18 runs coming off that over. That was very nicely struck off the back foot. 2 overs bowled. It's 24 for no loss.
All that confusion and he manages to pull it off.
Very good take. No two ways about it. Lairu, he was not looking all that comfortable even in that previous over from Vikum. Now holds out to the deep. He departs for 4 of 7. And a reason to smile for Sri Lions. Abdul Ghaffar is the new man in. Vimukti will be bowling to him. Short ball pulled and pulled very well. That's 6. What a strike.
Brilliant hit coming in from the big man. Plays with the that long handle and making full use of that. Wow, what a hit. What a hit.
It's just fractionally short. And it went all the way. And now too far outside the off stump that has been clubbed down the ground for another 6.
Oh, what a hit. What a hit from Mohsin. That long handle comes into play and swings it hard. He has the power. All he needs to do is get some connection from the middle of the bat.
"36 for 1 is the score right now. Abdul 12 of 2 is doing a fabulous job here.
Plays it over, wide of long off, over the dugout for a 6. We are up for an early finish. Oh, the message is pretty clear out here, Nishant. Go after the bowling. Try to seal the game as quickly as possible. Look at the deficit there. Just 2 runs. 46 to get a 44. And Abdul Ghaffar is on fire. 3 balls, 3 sixes.
He picked up a wicket of the first ball. Little did he know that it's going to be so difficult after that.
The toughest thing, if you start getting hammered for sixes by the new batter immediately as he comes in. Well, the new rule was supposed to be favoring the bowlers, that you bowl at the new batter. Well, at times it can get tougher when you have a batsman of Abdul Ghafar's ability, who can hit the ball right from the ball number 1. 42 of 20, 42 for 1 in 2.4. A very impressive star here, Abdul Ghaffar.
And he has bludgeoned that one again. Vikum fumbles with the save. Will allow 2 runs to be taken.
Well, what that does is it gets Abdul Ghaffar back on strike. He'll have another go at Vikum, at Vimukti, I beg your pardon. Can he hit a big one?
Goes for it, doesn't time it. Straight to the fielder, single taken, end of the over. 3 balls, it's 45 for 1. So Vikum is in to bowl his second and final over. And very smartly, Abdul just picks up a single. Gets off strike, and getting off strike is Asim. And coming into the middle is Vivek, who enjoys batting pretty much as Asim does. And Mohsin goes for the big shot, hits it well, and says, hello, Vivek.
That's a very, very nice welcome for me. Beautifully timed. Both the fielders are in the circle on mid-on and mid-off, so there was no risk whatsoever in this shot. Getting under it and hitting it over the mid-off fielder. Change in field, the third man will come in, and rightfully so, as the mid-off fielder has to now go and patrol the long-off boundary. In fact, mid-on fielder has gone to the long-on boundary. Oh, lucky. Bottom edge. Quick 2 runs added to the total. A very poor throw that will result in the third run as well. Wow. This was a nothing throw. It was thrown at nobody. It wasn't thrown to the bowler. It wasn't thrown to the wicketkeeper. Let's look at the replay. It was just thrown somewhere. Well, 3 runs added to the total. 55 for 1 in just 3.3 overs.
Shortish delivery, Abdul just tucks it away. Will manage to pick up a single. Another run added to the tally then. It's just the 32 more needed to win this game. They should try and do it in 6 odd overs. He's gone for the pole, top edge. There is a fielder underneath it. It lands safe. Well, he just didn't come in. I thought he should have actually charged into it.
Could have made an attempt, especially because you have very less runs left to defend. Not a time to play safe at this time. Could have attempted. In the end, you may get there, you may not. But was definitely worth a try. 2 fielders outside the circle. One is at the third man, one is at fine leg, and one is a deep square leg. These are the 2 fielders outside the circle.
And that is very nicely played by Abdul. He has been finding the gaps, or he has been hitting over the top. It's been very simple for him. He's just enjoyed batting here.
Brilliant batting. Brilliant batting, intention and aggression on display. 61 runs have been made in just 4 overs. This has been a run feast. We were talking about the wicket being slow. We were talking about the ball not coming onto the bat. But it seems they are playing on a different wicket.
There's the intent clearly showing. 4 overs ball at 61 for 1. Prashad into the attack. Wide delivery, slapped away through the offside. Just a single. So another run added there. Abdul batting on 27 of 8 will be on strike. Again, it was too wide outside the off stump. Abdul just decided to hang his bat out and manages to hit it over point for 4 more. Very nicely struck.
Moves on to 31 in just 9 deliveries. 9 balls faced, 31 runs made by Abdul. Spectacular batting. On the other hand, Mohsin has made 29 of just 10 deliveries. They are setting things on fire here, both these batters. 15.2 is the current run rate. Scoring really, really quick. They seem to be in a hurry. Maybe want to have an early dinner.
We still have a match to go. Well, that's put away towards the fielder in the deep. Just a single taken. Score moves on to 67.
.67 in just 4.3 overs. 21 more runs needed to win in 33 deliveries. This one is a gentle short pitch delivery, has been pulled towards the deep mid-wicket area, will only restrict the batters to a single. Good work there in the outfield. Charged into the ball and released it quickly. Well, the left-hand, right-hand combination is also making things difficult, is not making things easy either.
Absolutely. That is another cause of concern for Sri Lions. It's a quick single taken and they will get another one, not quite. Mohsin batting on 30 of 11, Abdul batting on 33 of 11. Both of them have been fantastic.
Yes, they're throwing everything at the ball every time. Finding the gaps, going over the top.
Easily pushed away for a quick single. End of the over. 5 bowled. It's 70 for the loss of 1 wicket. Dinuka Jayaratna introduced. Yorker, Mohsin just digs it out for a single. Prediction time, Vivek. When will they finish the game?
Well, I think 8 or 9 deliveries from now. Both these batters have been really, really aggressive in their intent right from the word go. Scoring at 14 runs per over. Well, the Sri Lions captain is confused about where to set the field.
Doesn't matter if you hit that straight. That's gone for 6 more. What a strike. Magnificent hit there.
Was right in his slot. Got under it and took it all the way to the side screen. Brilliant, brilliant batting there by Abdul. 39 runs he's gotten only of 12 balls. Doesn't matter where you set the field. He's going to hit you anyway.
And that is too far outside the off stump. That will be a wide. Extra runs added to the tally. Now 10 to win. Looking to finish it in this over itself, it seems. Oh, big swing and a miss there. That's a dot ball.
A rare dot ball in this innings. Emphatic win this will be for the 7 Districts team. So slower one, foxed him. Another dot ball. 2 dot balls in a row.
Yes, and both the occasions he was actually trying to hit it out of the park.
Mohsin going down and having a word with him, maybe asking him to just watch the ball and then hit. And not go for a glory shot too early.
And again goes to the big shot. Exactly the same thing. 3 on 3 now.
I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to hit it across the line. The ball is moving away from the left-hander. And he's playing against the movement. Also, the ball is gripping a little and staying low. Maybe just stand there and hit. Much better.
Easily played towards the onside. Will pick up another single. He will retain strike. 6 overs bowled, 79 for 1. Big shot over the top, away for 6. Now he needs a boundary to get to a 50. 3 more to win.
And 8 or 9 balls is what I had said. So 2 or 3 more deliveries left for that prediction to come true.
And he has hit it through the offside. That should be 4, that should be 50. And that should be it for 7 Districts. Very, very nicely done. Well, coming down the track, slapping it through the offside for a gorgeous boundary. What a knock from Abdul. 50 of just 18 balls. Sona, beg your pardon, 7 Districts. Sona it was in the first game, but 7 Districts in the second game. Pulling it off, winning this game quite comfortably with 22 balls to spare. It was an absolutely wonderful show. Make no mistake about it. They bowled well, pulled things back brilliantly, and then despite losing Lahiru early, Mohsin and Abdul just romped home in a canter. 50 of just 18 balls for Abdul, 32 of 13 for Mohsin. And that's how they did it, very comfortably. As far as the bowling is concerned, If you look at it, everybody wicketless. Vimukti picked up a wicket of the first ball he bowled, but went for 21 in that over. Everybody was very expensive. Dinuka, the most economical, conceding just 9 runs. Sri Lions won the toss, elected to bat first, could manage only 87 in their allotted 10 overs. Abdul bowling brilliantly, 2 for 11. And then when it was time for the run chase, they were just in a hurry to finish things off, and they managed to do it quite effectively as well. That's the match coming up. It's Future Mattress taking on JVC Stallions in the next game. And of course, we'll have all the action in less than an hour. For now, we'll dive into a short break. When we come back, we'll have Asim with the post-match presentation.
Good evening, ladies, and welcome to the post-match presentation of SkyExchange.net CBFS S10 League Season 2, and it's powered by FanCode. Let me first thank all our sponsors that are involved in making this full story. Sponsor SkyExchange, our partner TCM, our associate sponsor Ask.com, and our merchandise. The 20th game of the tournament played between Disticts and Sri Lions. Winning, not able to put on a very competitive. It was a very comfortable chase out there, winning by 9 wickets. Disticts courtesy to some. The match referee out here, Mr. Iftar Ali, who will be handing over first the orange cap to Abdul Ghaffar for the lead, for becoming the leading run scorer of the tournament with 117 runs. And he is also our Arsuk player of the match for scoring 50 of 18 deliveries and ensuring the team gets enough net run rate out of this game. He gets a gift voucher from arsuk.com and a discount voucher of 20% for purchasing all the products. और पहली बात तो बहुत आपको नजर क्या क्या वो मैसेज पहुंचाया गया है आपको यहाँ पर शारजा हो आईसीसी हो कहीं पे भी हो फॉर्मेट में आपको बैटिंग में काफ़ी प्रमोट किया गया है तो स्टोरी बताएं इसके पीछे।
इसके पीछे ये है कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह के सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस चल रही है बैटिंग में भी और बॉलिंग में भी। तो ये कि इसके पीछे मेहनत है जो काफ़ी मेहनत की है टूर्नामेंट से पहले तो उसका सिला अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मिल रहा है अब।
वेल बुखातर लीग में आप शायद आप इंजर्ड थे उस टाइम पर लेकिन क्योंकि नज़र आ रहा है कि आप कितना वैल्यू ऐड करते हैं टीम के अंदर आपकी काफ़ी ऐड किया है लेकिन उसके बाद
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है बुखातर लीग में मैंने खुद बहुत मिस किया अपनी टीम को कि हम मे बी के मेरे होने से हम सुपर 8 में आ जाते या वो एक वैल्यू होते लेकिन वो टीम ने बड़ा मिस किया है लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कि अब वो काफ़ी जो है ना अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस चल रही है।
वेल जाना शॉर्टर फॉर्मेट में है इसकी क्या
है नहीं इसमें ख़ास वजह कोई नहीं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कि हमारी बैटिंग और बॉलिंग जो है ना वो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बॉलिंग तो हमारी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत अच्छी है। हमें बैटिंग में थोड़ा क्लिक हम नहीं कर रहे थे T10 वो DCC में भी और ये कि अब अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मोमेंटम बन गया लड़कों का अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस चल रही है लड़कों की।
चलो बताएं आगे के प्लान्स क्या है किस तरीके से टीम के इस कॉम्बिनेशन को आप लोग कैरी फॉरवर्ड करना चाहते हैं क्योंकि शॉर्ट ऑफ देखा गया आप पिछले टूर्नामेंट के फाइनल्स खेले हैं तो आगे क्या प्लान?
इंशाल्लाह ये मैच हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था। एक तो रन रेट का भी इशू था रन रेट अच्छे मार्जिन से भी जीतना और सुपर 8 क्वालिफाई के लिए तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उम्मीद है कि हम आई होप के क्वालिफाई कर जाएंगे तो इंशाल्लाह हम प्लान करेंगे कि नेक्स्ट उस पर काम करने इंशाल्लाह।
आखिरी सवाल आपके जो टीम ओनर है मोहम्मद हैदर उसका कितना सपोर्ट रहा है आपके लिए आपके सक्सेस के लिए?
उसका सबसे ज़्यादा मेन सपोर्ट उन्हीं गई है। हम हारते हैं परफॉर्मेंस नहीं होती लेकिन वो हमें बूस्टअप बहुत ज़्यादा करते हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह के अब अच्छा परफॉर्म चल रहा है तो वो भी खुश होंगे हमारे टीम ओनर भी।
चलिए ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट उम्मीद करते हैं फॉर्म इसी तरीके लगे रहे। दैट वाज अब्दुल गफ्फार ही वाज स्पेक्टेकुलर and ball. We will be back with another game which is between Future Mattress and JVC Stallions. Until then, stay tuned. We'll be back after a very short break.